This program contains subject matter and language that may be disturbing to some viewers. Viewer discretion is advised.
Savaged Unfiltered. Your host, Michael Garn.
What is going on?
It's going pretty good. How about you?
Yeah, doing really well. Mackenzie here just reached out to because Mackenzie's here as well with me, so it's very rare that she's here at the studio. They do allow her to come in from time to time, but today was her day off, so she's helping me here with this little duet show that we have today. So we're gonna have the personalities from TikTok. We have two personalities from TikTok folks joining us here momentarily. Producer Mackenzie here of the show just reached out to them, sent them the invite link, so they should be reaching out to us in the next 5-10 minutes coming into the show. So as we allow them to, get some time to, get collective and, get their notes together, whatever they want to bring into the show. Carrie, my words out today, guys. I do apologize. I'm fired up, as you can see. So as they're getting ready, myself and Sas will carry the show until we see them in here. And so Sas, go ahead, buddy.
Speaking of TikTok, I'm also on TikTok, by the way. So I do shows, and I see my TikTok growing as well. I see my podcast on TikTok growing as well. Have you noticed that?
Yeah, I see some following coming up on you. That's a good thing. That means, the content and material that you're posting on TikTok, it's obviously reaching people. So that's a good thing.
And the cool thing is, so I'm actually starting to like TikTok because I see more and more conservatives going over TikTok as doing branding, not branding, but advertising for their shows and stuff. And I really like how TikTok is now the conservative platform. Have you noticed
it is becoming more conservative? I noticed that it's not your typical Facebook or communist. YouTube.
Yeah, and you see that YouTube is getting jealous because now they allow you to do reels, and same thing on Instagram and stuff.
My money don't jiggle. Pitbull, don't want to see you wiggle. For sure, make me want to dribble. Riding in my feet, really have to.
But it doesn't compare to TikTok.
Yeah, why are they getting rid of the regular pictures? They're kind of, discontinuing the pictures on Instagram. Everything is a reel now. Yeah, I don't understand that.
I don't. Yeah, your guess, because my whole thing is that they're trying to compete with each other, and I hate to say it, but TikTok TikTok is a league of its own, and Instagram is trying to copy TikTok. It's so you see Snapchat doing the same thing because there's something about TikTok that makes it successful. For instance, and if you're trying to get the conservative platform, if you're trying to get conservatives on the TikTok, what you're trying to do is you're trying to copycat the database. You're trying to copycat their way of programming and stuff. But it doesn't compare. You can't compare it. It's a league of its own.
Oh yeah, it is. I mean, Sash, you mentioned Snapchat. I don't even know what Snapchat is. We were gonna go to Snapchat, but I just wasn't, I wasn't really familiar with Snapchat. So my daughter was telling me what Snapchat was, and I'm like, what the fuck? I'm thinking to myself, what the fuck is Snapchat?
Hey, before, I know we had a guest on, or I know Ed is joining us. Welcome, Ed.
Hello, Ed. Are you there?
Hello.
I think Ed has some audio issues. Ed, can you hear us, buddy?
Hello. Hello.
Well, obviously, hopefully Ed can get his audio together, but we do see Ed in the into the show here, and then we're waiting on another personality from TikTok coming. Hopefully, like you said, if you can hear us, Ed, you might want to check your audio connections because I'm not sure if you can hear us, but we can't hear you talking. So
as Ed is trying to get his audio going, so Snapchat was actually used to begin with, because Hillary Clinton made a joke about it, saying that it disappears in 10 seconds or 5 seconds and stuff. And so what happened is that because of it, Snapchat's actually used for inappropriate things. and that's where I disagree on, and that's where Snapchat's now starting to say, okay, you can keep they're trying to copycat Facebook, and they're trying to also copycat TikTok. And I think, and a lot of politicians joke around Snapchat saying that everything will disappear in 5 or 10 seconds, while they don't know that goes straight to the database in Silicon Valley.
Yeah, so you're saying Snapchat is more for like pictures then?
Very inappropriate, like sexy.
Oh God, like OnlyFans, like something like that?
Yeah. So
God.
So you take a picture of like a rocket ship, and you send it to somebody, and you can say, okay, 10 or 5 seconds, and then you can go on 5 seconds, and then you can say, like, after 3 seconds you can't go back to it. And a lot of people think, oh, it's fantastic. Well, look what happened to Anthony Weiner, a congressman out of New York. Apparently he thought the same thing, but then what happened is that somebody went and hacked into Snapchat a couple years ago and found a whole bunch of explicit pictures of him and other people and exposed them.
Anthony Weiner.
Yeah. You heard of him, right?
Yeah, he is a wiener. He's an idiot.
It's just and Hillary Clinton, and the only reason why Snapchat became very famous now is because of Hillary Clinton made a joke about it, saying that she could have put her emails on Snapchat and it would be wiped away clean. And she's like, well, it'll be up for 10 seconds and it'll be cleaned. And that's why it became very well known because of it.
Yeah. So like these pictures, my daughter was telling me a little bit about Snapchat last week. She's like, I was like, how does Snapchat work? And she's like, well, Dad, Snapchat, the pictures only stay there for like a certain period of time, and then they get deleted automatically by the app. Is that true, Sas?
No. The app does not delete them. So when you send a picture, for instance, you can go. So you can go and, for instance, if I sent you a picture, and I'm like, hey, how's it going? And you're gonna say, hey, and you see my picture, and then what happens is that, long story short, it goes straight to the database in Silicon Valley. And welcome, Pink Sunshine. How's it going?
Good. How are you?
Good. Welcome.
Thank you. Thanks for having me again.
You're very welcome, Pink Sunshine. I do want to introduce you to Soslin. He's one of the panelists here on the show. He's my co-host during the week. I'm not sure if you met Soslin.
No, I haven't. Hi, Soslin.
Hi, how's it going?
It's going good.
Yeah, good. Okay.
So where were you at? 1 second, Pink Sunshine.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, I got to get Soslin's ending here, what he was talking about. You're talking about Snapchat. Go ahead, Sos.
Yeah, so what happens is that Snapchat, unlike TikTok and unlike Snapchat and stuff, so you send that explicit photo, and then you see it for 3 seconds, but then it disappears. But it actually doesn't disappear because about 3 years ago, Snapchat's database in the Silicon Valley in California was hacked by Chinese hackers. And there were a lot of photos that were leaked out, and one of them was with Anthony Weiner and his inappropriate explicit picture that he sent to I think it was a minor. And it caused
you gotta stop saying. Just say Anthony Weiner. I mean, I know that's his last name, but I mean.
Anthony. Sorry, Anthony.
Yeah.
So what happened is that Anthony was forced to resign from his office because of sending an explicit photo to a minor.
Anthony Weiner. Yeah.
But welcome, Ed. How's it going?
Good. How are you?
Good. Hey, second time's a charm, I see.
Yeah.
Yeah. So guys, I do want to welcome the listeners here that are tuning in. We just have 2 TikTok personalities here that goes by the name of Pink Sunshine, which you can follow her on TikTok, and we have Ed. Is that what you go by on TikTok? Is just Ed, or
Him Who Is I?
I'm sorry, say that again.
Him Who Is I.
Him Who Is I. That's a very, very odd name. Him Who Is I. How'd you come up with that name, buddy?
I just did. I don't know.
It just came out of the clouds, I guess.
It's just Him Who Is I. That's it. It's just me.
Oh, hey, you know what?
I liked it. I thought it was pretty powerful. Him.
Well, thank
Hey.
was a- yeah, I liked it.
Yeah, that's cool. Pink Sunshine, what caused you to come up with yours? Is pink your favorite color? And then are you in the
No.
sunshine state?
Pink is not my favorite color because I
Hello?
filter through. I have like pink hair in my filter, and everyone calls me Sunshine, so I just put Pink Sunshine together, and there she is. Yeah.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Sas, she's a filter girl on TikTok. She loves her filters, man.
What's that mean?
Filters. So like, are you talking about Snapchat prior to like me coming on? Was that right?
Yes.
So like when you use effects and different filters to change what you look like, kinda.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
I just want to let you know, Sas, because obviously, Sas, you didn't tune into the show that I had Pink Sunshine on with Joseph last week. Bad you. Now you don't know anything. You got to catch up, man. But it's all right.
I've been busy. I've been at conferences. I've been traveling. Okay.
It's time.
We've got a global fan event to launch.
Drum roll, please.
Are you ready for Tudum?
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Today I get to share a special gift.
It's happening.
Coming at you right now.
Tudum is back.
Let's reveal some steamy secrets, shall we?
Sabemos lo que dice.
I'm very excited for you guys to see it.
I'll meet you there. Check out the news you've been waiting for.
Get ready for some action.
Bonjour, Tudum.
It's time.
Chegou a hora.
Let me tell you what you're about to witness.
I'm so excited to introduce my new movie.
A lot of blood, sweat, and tears went into making this. Here's a sneak peek behind the scenes.
It's very exciting, you know? Yes. Hola.
Thanks for joining us.
Let's get down to business. It's happening.
It's magical.
Se viene, gente. Se viene.
I'm into it, babe. I'm into it.
Go time.
Take it away.
Get ready to have your world turned upside down.
I'm ready. Are you ready?
Ready.
Ready.
Because we're sounding the alarm. In 5,
4, 3, 2.
1. Positions, everyone.
We got this. Right?
Sas is very, very well involved with the Republican committee here in the United States, Pink Sunshine.
That's awesome.
Well, it's the whole thing is that as an immigrant and stuff, we're meant to save this country. So that's what I've been doing. I've been interviewing Republican congressmen. I've been interviewing pastors. So I do a podcast myself, by the way.
Cool.
So I'm gonna have to reach out to you, both of you guys.
Yeah, I'd love that. I'd love that.
Yeah. So Sas, just to let you know, also too, I got to give you some more catching up to do. You
Okay.
gotta tune into the shows, man, because it sounds like
Savaged, unfiltered.
it makes you sound like a jackass on the show. But it's okay.
I know.
I'm not-
Maybe I should become a Democrat, then I could be a jackass. Then I'm just kidding.
Oh,
I'm just joking.
anyway, Pink Sunshine resides from Canada, and I believe Ed does too, right, Ed?
Yes,
Or
yes, I do.
he is who he is, Ed? I forgot the handle name.
Ed's fine. Ed's fine. I should have probably put him who was I, but I figured Ed. I wasn't sure. First podcast. Sorry.
We're just going to call you Ed. Is that okay, Ed? Okay.
So-
Ed, I like it.
So I have questions for both of you guys. Okay.
Okay.
What was it like? Okay, so what was it like when they had the truck convoy going to Ontario? What was it like?
It was awesome in some ways, I must say, because I saw a lot of us like-minded people coming together and trying to make awareness for things that we represented. But it was also definitely a hard thing because there was the divide and there was people not understanding what things were being represented, and there was misleaded information or media that was from two different ways, and it was nuts, but I was a part of it. Yeah, like I didn't go to Ottawa, but I was a part of it in my area.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Which part, Ed, what about you?
You know what? I pretty much feel the same way. The only thing I obviously didn't like is the divide and the fact that I guess I think that the two sides could talk a little more. But I mean, aside from that, yeah, it was a beautiful thing. I mean, it was something that I believe kind of had to happen, right? But again, I wish that the communication was more open and it was less volatile and more communication, because I think that if we talk, our similarities are much more than our differences.
I agree, Ed. That's good.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. I mean, obviously, at one point or another, I could be honest with you guys. I'm honest here on the show. I don't do the fake, narrow bullshit. And by the way, guys, if please be yourself. You don't have to be scripted. This is a podcast. This is not talk radio. So I'm just like letting you guys know. To be honest with you, at first when I seen the truck convoy, and this goes to you, Sas, too. Like, I was like, I don't give a shit. Like if they want to protest, let them protest.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sorry it got this way, with the truck protest, but it shouldn't have gotten that way, because if you had, right-minded people doing the right stuff, you wouldn't have truckers protesting in Canada, back and forth. Because, Sas, you got to remember something, man. We rely on Canada for a lot of services and goods that come from that country, man. So
like
vice versa.
we are both tied together.
We need you guys too.
We are both tied together.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and it's like
very important. Like we're neighbors. We have the largest undefended border, whatever. Like, we're neighbors. We're different, but we're not that different. We do the same things, right? We're like prosper, love, right? I mean, as a people, I've been to the States, all over the States, and as a people, we all want the same things. We just want to be free. We want to love, and we just don't want to be tied down, right? So yeah.
I can hear the accent a little bit. Ed, do you reside in the middle of Canada, like Calgary area, or?
No. I'm actually in Ontario.
Oh, Ontario.
Wow.
Okay. I see. Maybe it's just me, but I see a little like Calgary coming out of it a little bit.
I've never heard Ed either, because we only talk on TikTok. But maybe it's like you have an accent, maybe from like not from Canada.
Yeah.
Maybe I don't know.
No.
Because here's the thing that I kind of was distraught by. So I decided to donate to the truck fund, and I donated $5, and you know what happened? The IRS did a full audit on my thing.
Really?
Yeah, because I wanted to help out and stuff, because I'm a hospice minister.
Yeah.
So I work with hospice patients. So I'm like, you know what? I see what the truckers are doing. I mean, this is important that they're trying to.
I'm all that in a bag of potato chips.
So I'm like, I'll give them $5.
buddy.
One said I did our wonderful Biden administration, being very sarcastic, decided like, you know what? You're donating to a freedom. Well, let's do a full audit on you and see what happens. So what happened is I did a full audit, and then I had to actually pay over $6,000.
No.
Yeah, because I went up in they put me up in a tax bracket because of the whole thing.
For $5.
For $5.
Because you supported, it's
freedom.
That I heard of so many just women, even like mothers that are on their own, like single incomes, that decided to support because they wanted freedom of speech. They wanted a freedom of choice. They didn't, maybe not, like, again, all the communication, maybe some people were in there that weren't fighting for the same things, but really in the end it was for freedom, and donated and had their accounts restricted.
Yeah.
Like literally could not go buy groceries for their children because they donated $10.
Yeah, that sucks. I mean, gladly I'm not witnessing any of that, because I reside in the Freedom State here, the Sunshine State of Florida, and
I'm jealous.
we don't have any of that garbage.
Mm-hmm.
I am so, and I reside, actually, I'm not too far away from you guys, because I don't know which part of Canada you guys are from, but I got accepted in seminary school in Bemidji, Minnesota, which is about an hour or so from Canada.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, we're not that far.
Well, get out.
We're Ontario, so like for me, I'm like, Ed and I are not that far away from each other in Ontario. So I think about 4 hours from Detroit, if I'm right, Ed.
Yeah, about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm only like 60 100 miles away from all of you guys, but that's okay.
Yeah. Well, now we can actually come to Florida because we were not able to travel for a while, or at least I wasn't.
So
yeah, that sucks.
It's interesting.
The only country, actually. Well, two countries. Korea and Canada.
So I got a question here. I want to get into this TikTok movement here with Pink Sunshine because
uncut, raw, uncensored.
Sash, you got to look at her some of her movement that she's expressing on TikTok. I mean, she's literally the character Pink Sunshine is growing day by day. Pink Sunshine. How did you? We got into this a little bit with Joseph last week. And I wanted to bring you back on so you can continue some of your story here. How did you how did TikTok come into play with you?
I needed an outlet, Michael. I don't know. Like I'm a mom of two boys, and life kind of, you get, when you're a mom, you're just like focusing on the kids and the house and this and that, and social life kind of threw for a loop, especially with the pandemic. And I needed an outlet, and I started on TikTok. I was doing horrible, and then I did the pink the pink filter, and I started to I like music. I've loved music my whole life, and I just started to sing, and I started to see people like it. And again, with me and my positivity and unicorns and rainbows and trying to spread love, again, it does stem from the pandemic, because I hate what it did to us. I hate the divide. I saw it in families and friends, and we really we need to come together, and we need love and support, and that's really me. So I can kind of shine through Pink Sunshine in that sense, because she shines bright on TikTok apparently.
Yeah, that filter really became part of you, over the course of your TikTok movement there. And I mean, I see every video, Sash. You got to watch the video, man. Like some of the videos that she has, like every video that she has, it has that pink filter, the pink hair, and everything is pink. Even your hoodie. You were wearing a hoodie the other day on one of your videos.
Do you know what? It's like I have taken over that filter. Anyone that uses it is like I should have.
Is it copyrighted?
I should. I didn't create the filter, but whoever did, I appreciate them, and I'm stealing it from them. I'm not taking, I can't get rid of her now.
Hey, the plus side is I just followed you.
Oh, thank you.
And I sent you a wave, and it's not going to allow me to send because
I'm not. Well,
you're not following me.
I will go on and see. I didn't know that we could do these sort of things while we're on.
Yeah. Sauce is somewhat tech savvy. Somewhat. I got to help him on a show every now and then, right, Sauce, with your posters, but it's okay.
Hey, you know what? Absolutely. We're all here to help each other. So why not,
100%
help each other, instead of saying, well, you got to do your show. And then, why not help each other? And, because what we're doing is that if we help each other, we're educating other people. And it allows us to say, you know what? Anyway, if you're on different spectrums and stuff, we can still work together if we disagree or something like that.
Yes, I love that. And that's what I stand for. Yes, I love that.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, Sauce, producer Mackenzie says we're going to have to start charging you for the posters. No, I'm just joking.
Do I get pastoral discount? I'm just kidding.
She's smiling. She's like, no, fucking have Sauce pay $14.99. I'm like, no, don't do that. Let's go to Ed here, because Ed is being silent. Hopefully we still have Ed on the show. Ed, are you? Okay. Ed, man, how did you get to TikTok, man?
Okay. Well, basically I was just, I had some friends tell me that, go on TikTok for some, what, honestly, shits and giggles, right? For just for fun. They're like, it's stupid. Just go on there, kill 20 minutes of your day, whatever. But what I found on TikTok was a lot more beautiful than shits and giggles and stupid stuff, right? I found some amazing people. Pink Sunshine, before TikTok, like maybe let's say I wasn't in the greatest of places, right? I had some energy sectors of the world trying to get my black and cold hearts. But I'm telling you, I got on TikTok, met Pink Sunshine, obviously first. Then I realized that not only me, but I think everybody has a Pink Sunshine meter, and we need to get it filled. And then we need to get it overflowing to give it to your neighbors, all the creatures of the world, and just spread positive vibes. Honestly,
Oh, so you're saying Pink Sunshine was like your very first follower, or you guys followed each other?
One of the first ones that I followed, the first ones that I've actually left like I didn't just watch, but actually left comments on, and yeah, like I said, from the word go, right? It just I love music. I was in many bands, whatever. So obviously, when I hit the page and it was music, right away there was a connection, right? And like I said, wasn't feeling the greatest, a little bit of a blackened heart there, a little cool heart, and yeah, man, I stuck around that page. I played, on her page, and we got to know each other, and yeah, now
you're like my biggest supporter. That's why I brought him on.
Listen, since I've known you, DMing whatever, there's been oxygen-rich blood pumping through my heart again, and I really appreciate you, like tremendous.
Thank you,
That's
Ed.
awesome.
That's nice.
Awesome. I mean, the love showing on this show right now. I mean, it's tremendous. I mean, obviously, I think Sauce is a little silent here. Sauce, are you okay, man? You're not
I'm great. I'm not.
Again, like geographically, we're close, right? But without TikTok, that would have never happened.
Yeah, that's true.
Right? So,
well, Ed, be careful. I'm told that she is engaged, man. So you can't be that close.
No, actually, that's the good thing about Ed is that he's not like that. Those creepers. So I've had a lot of crazy creepers.
Yeah, you gotta watch out for those people on TikTok.
I agree with you.
Yeah, those weirdos.
That's why my messages, I can't even go through them. When do we get the check? Some of them. So I do see that platform being creepy, but when you look at the algorithms of it and what you like, you kind of start finding people that are like-minded. Like Ed's close, but I also have someone who's in Australia, this beautiful Ed girl, and I'm so close with her too. It's amazing the friendships and the like-minded people that you're finding on this this platform.
Oh yeah, by far. I mean, like some of the followers that I have on mine. I mean, obviously, I've only been on TikTok, guys, for like 2 months. I mean, yeah, I'm just about hitting 2,000 followers, but hey, it's okay. It's a slow growth, but it's okay. But the growth that I have on, audio podcasting is crazy. 12 different countries that we're viewed in right now. It's awesome. But the growth I see on TikTok, it's crazy. Like the amount of growth that you can go from like one follower up to like thousands of followers. I'm like, whoa.
It happens quickly. Like it happened for me pretty quick, just from one post, and then slightly building as I go. But yeah, it's crazy. I see people that have like a lot of followers. It's crazy.
I'm wondering. Okay, I have a quick question. How does that happen anyway? So like, how does that, like, you post one video or you post something, and like some people are very successful on it, and then the other times like we struggle, like getting people. Is it
I struggled for a long time until I actually maybe branded. That's the way I look at myself, is I branded my character. So a lot of people like to do, like, you can brand with different filters too and be all sorts of things. And I like that as well. I'm very creative, I guess. But when I found Pink Sunshine, I just liked her, and that's who I wanted to be. And I branded myself, and I was out there just trying to spread, again, positivity and support. Spoken to a lot of people, again, through pandemic and mental health awareness and drug abuse and things that I've done and it's happened in my past, right? And that I've grown from. So when we reach out to those people, I've had a lot of help in my life, and I've helped people in their lives. And we just connect through all these algorithms. But missed my whole point. I put a post out, and I again, my post was I lip sync, so I don't sing. I just take people's audios and I repeat them kind of. Most of it's music, but some of them are prayers, some of them are positive inspirations or affirmations. And one of them was just, I'm trying to remember her name. I should know.
'Cause baby, when I'm walking with you now, my eyes are so wide. Like you reach
Because she was the one that basically got me going. Shoot, I don't, but I'll shout her out later. And I woke up one morning and I had like, I think it's hit 100,000 views and likes.
Oh,
like
shit.
And it was, to me, that was just a hit that people just needed support, because all it was telling them that people are going to be fine. Like, you're hurting right now, but you're going to be fine. And that kind of sprung onto me what I wanted to do, because when I could see that there was that many people that just needed someone, a stranger, to tell them that they're okay. And it's nice when people tell me I'm okay. Ed's told me I'm okay many times when I feel like I'm going crazy, and I type him away and he's like, okay, this crazy girl on the other side. But he either like is crappy on me and tells me like the reality of things, but he says it in a nice way where he understands where I'm coming from. Sorry, Ed. But
no. Speak from the heart. Straight up.
Yeah, there's people out there that to me, we all meet people for reasons, right?
Yep.
Whether it be for the 5 minutes you need them or for a lifetime. You never know.
Hey, Sunshine, you're okay. Just to let you know from me, you're okay.
Thank you.
Oh, and by the way, Sauce, in order to you were asking a question, man. Like, how do you succeed on TikTok? You got to sell your character on TikTok. It's all about advertising, I think, in my personal opinion.
Yeah.
You got to advertise, man. You got to use the different filters. You have to, you have to be, different in some way. You can't always post the same video. You can't always, like if you're going to post like a picture but turn it into a video, put like the special graphics in it. That's what I love about TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
The graphics are great.
Yeah, they have cool stuff.
There's a lot of those things, yeah.
And
I'm limited because of Pink Sunshine, because I can't do a bunch, but there's still a lot you can do.
Yeah. Well, and another thing is I'm not tech savvy yet. Well, when it comes to like TikTok or Snapchat and stuff, I am the last person you want to ask for like the GIFs or filters.
Gosh, you're somewhat tech savvy, man. You're I'm gonna explain this to you a little bit more because guys, you gotta remember we're gonna have Sauce come down here to Florida. We're gonna be doing an in-studio session, me and Sauce.
Cool.
Next week. Yeah, so we're gonna teach you all that, Sauce. We're gonna get you up in the ranks, man. Producer Mackenzie, he's gonna show you how to do it. We're gonna build you a website because what you're doing right now in the United States, modern people don't even think about doing. So
I'm excited to go check you out, and then I will definitely, like, again, Pink Sunshine likes to build people up and help people out, especially if they're doing positive things. So I'll help you. If you're on TikTok, I'll help you.
Well, I'm on TikTok, and but no. Well, and another thing. So I have another question as well. So for both of you guys, So what made you guys go on TikTok originally? Like, what made you guys because you have other platforms. You have like Instagram, you have Facebook, but what made you gravitate towards TikTok?
It's different. I'm on Instagram and Facebook. I've been on Snapchat. I've been on Dub Smash. I loved Dub Smash. And TikTok's a lot like Dub Smash, in my opinion. But
what's Dubs? What is it called?
It's called Dub Smash. It was old. Maybe like
Dub
2015. I used to do that.
Oh, Dub Smash. Hold on, Mackenzie. Do you know Dub? She's like, I don't know what the hell Dub Smash is.
It's
is that
kinda
like a Canadian?
I don't even know what it is.
Really?
Is it a Canadian platform?
No, I don't think so. I think it's. I have no clue, but I was on it.
Oh,
I did stuff
okay.
on it. I don't know, yeah, I don't know. No, it was like a TikTok.
It was?
Like I literally
okay.
would take audios and I would pretend like I would do exactly what I'm doing on TikTok, the exact same thing, except I would do not just pink, like I wouldn't be Pink Sunshine. I was like a lot of things. Yeah, I don't
She
even.
was a lot
I
of
think it's-
character stuff
I
before she
think
got
it's
the Pink
still
Sunshine.
around. Mackenzie, if Mackenzie goes and checks it out, I'm like Dove Smash is still there. Like I can pull up my Dove Smash videos and probably TikTok them, and that would be scary. But yeah.
Yeah, she sees it now. She's pulling it up right now. She's like, okay, it's an earlier platform. Yeah, it's really like it really no one really uses it anymore. So
Yeah,
okay.
I went like really high and then just disappeared. And
Just like MySpace.
yeah.
And you know the funny part is, so I was so when you research your name, you put like Sassen Timonson like in the Google search engine and stuff. About the third page into my name and stuff, what came up? The MySpace account. And I'm like, man, I haven't been in there in a hot minute. And I'm like, how does MySpace work? But no, it's just interesting how.
That's bad, man. You search your name and the MySpace comes up first?
Yeah. Well, and then what I also do is I like to go on the photos and stuff to see like, different graphics or different photos. You know what photo comes up?
Get relevant, man.
I know.
I'm with you, Sauce. Don't worry. Don't worry. You're good.
I'm gonna say anything because that was the last real platform I was on was MySpace, so I'm just staying quiet.
Hey, I'm an old timer, okay?
Me too.
I just turned 24 today, so I mean I can't say
you're an old timer and you're only 24?
Today's my birthday, yeah.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
I'm almost double your age, so thanks for making me feel old, Sauce.
Yeah. Pink Sunshine is around my age, Sauce. You're young, man. You're like a little boy, man.
You cannot say
no.
Bad boy.
Young. Good for you. Happy birthday. Good for you.
That's awesome. Happy birthday.
Thank you. And the cool thing is that Michael and I, if you're going to tune into the previous show, we did a birthday special, and I do a podcast myself called Remember God Loves You, and I'll meet at the finish line. And it's interesting because when I started that podcast, I told them like 3 years ago today, I was in the hospital, and I was like up to a point where the doctors were thinking,
do you think people are born brave, or do they become it?
Check it out on Netflix. Savaged Unfiltered.
Because my body is deteriorating so bad, and now look at just how I've been gifted and blessed to now be able to walk and get back to normality of life. So I started a podcast on Anchor.fm, and it's with the help of Michael and his networking and my networking. Which like we're on iHeart and all that, and so I try to branch out to TikTok, and it just hasn't gotten there.
Sauce, we're gonna help you, especially remember God loves you. I want to like shine on you so bad right now. You don't even understand.
Yeah, Pink Sunshine. Yeah, sure. Pink Sunshine. I have to say this one thing here, Sauce, if you don't mind me. I'll tell you a little brief about Sauce. Sauce is very special. The reason why I like to have him on my show, Pink Sunshine and Ed. Ed, I got to remember you're still there because you're not really talking. Mackenzie's like, is Ed still alive? I was like, yeah. No. Going back to what I was saying, Sauce is special here on the show, and special meaning like, he has a very special story. You guys have to go back to the original episode that I had him on, the very first episode. This is like going back to like the mid 200s. Okay. We had Sash reached out to me through a reference. Somebody referred him to me from his state of Wisconsin. And I didn't know who Sauce was at first. I'd never heard of this guy. I mean, to this day, Sauce and I have never met. But I continue to bring him on the show. He's part of my show. He's a panelist on the show. He's my co-host on my bonus shows. And the story that Sauce expressed on this show, it left me and, Mackenzie in tears. Because Sauce comes from a very, very horrific type of background where he escaped oppression, communism from his former country of Russia at a young age. And some of the stuff that Sauce got into on that show, it left me in tears, and it still does. I don't want to give out too much, right, Sauce? I mean, some of the stuff you experienced, man, it's heartfelting, yeah.
Yeah, and another thing is that, and then I also told them about the oppression I'm experiencing right now as we're speaking. How Gateway Pundit decided to do a slanderous article, and Michael Gardner and I, we go in depth detail about. Well, he can kind of just brush over it. He can do better than I can. Do you want to brush over that really quick?
Yeah. You guys got to just bear with Sauce. Some of his wording isn't really there, but it comes from like what he experienced in Russia, because he literally was born in mayhem and destruction there under the crazy government there of Russia.
Yeah.
And the experience he experienced just recently, about a year and a half ago, in the capital of Washington. Sauce attended the January 6th protest.
Okay.
Wow. Okay.
And this newspaper media company named Gateway Pundit put out a slander article on. I'm getting a lot of echo. Is that coming from me? Who's that coming from?
I hope not me.
Okay. Is that you, Sauce?
No.
Is it coming from me?
It's coming from. It sounds like somebody has like a bird or a cockatoo or something in the background.
Yeah, that's not me. I'm inside the plate.
Anyway, well, I could say it's okay either or of you guys in Canada, because there's no snow there, so the bird might be alive still. But anyway, Gateway Pundit put out a slander article against Sauce, calling him a neo-Nazi, a terrorist, and this and that, because of his background. Sauce resides originally from a very small village in Russia.
You're making my heart hurt already. I already.
So you weren't too far from the capital of Russia, right? In Moscow?
I was about 1,000 miles away. So, because the part of Russia I was born at was Vladikavkaz, Russia, and it's about 15 minutes away from Georgia, the country. And during that time, it was at war with Georgia, the country, and Czechoslovakia. So our city was the brunt of the war. And it's interesting because that Gateway article, Pundit, I think helped me build it didn't help me. It helped to like boost my popularity, and it helped me boost my, my echo, not my echo, but it helped me just expand on my podcast. And wow, there's some static going on. What's going on in the background, Ed?
Why don't I hear any of this?
I don't know. I'm in silence here.
You are? There's like some very staticky on my end.
It's all right. We hear Sauce. We'll fix it all, man. When it goes back to the replay and everything here on Anchor FM, Mackenzie, she'll bring this show into like fucking 4K quality. But
okay, so it's just interesting how we've had and no matter being paralyzed from the neck down and relearning how to do everything and stuff, I always come back and fight. Being in a Russia 2.0, which is AKA Wisconsin, you have to fight. You have to stand up, and you have to like fight against the equality police in Madison, and and all that horrific stuff. So.
That's one of the reasons why I kept Sauce on this show, because like some of the stuff he experienced in Russia, as a small boy coming into America, Sauce was like, he told me. What's that?
Like he could probably foresee what he saw in Russia happening where he is now. So yeah, the natural thing to do is when you see or when you could foresee something is to fight. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, he told me when he came to the United States, it was paradise, like literally paradise.
It used to be paradise.
Yeah.
How long ago did you get to the States?
So I became it was in 2006.
Okay, yeah.
So
a lot has happened since 2006.
I know. Yeah, it's sad because when you have your representatives in Wisconsin telling you and they're like absolutely humiliating you in front of the committee, and for instance, what we talked about was in the state of Wisconsin and stuff. A couple days ago, I sent Michael. I think we did an episode talking about how 2 days ago the state of Wisconsin, the Supreme Court said now that saying the Pledge of Allegiance is unconstitutional and it's going to cite schools $25,000 if they say. And so we did an attack on the Pledge of Allegiance. I think it was on my show or something like that, or it was on yours. I don't know.
Yeah. There's a strong presence right now, guys. Here in the States where they want to remove the American flag from the classroom.
What?
And mind you,
that's
yeah, I grew up off of this shit. When I was a young boy in kindergarten, we would have to recite the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag.
Yeah.
And now kids, they have that choice whether to do it or not. And some classes in the country, they're replacing the American flag with the pride flag.
I've heard that, and
I know.
What happens to just like, I don't understand it. Even in Canada, like I remember being young and doing the same thing. We would sing "Oh Canada," and then they went to you could stand and you didn't have to sing, but it would sing through the PA. And now I don't even know because I'm not even able to be going into my kid's school.
Yeah, well, you got your prime minister there in Canada. I mean, he's not very much different from our president here in the country.
No.
Yeah. Your prime,
they're both out of touch.
Yeah, well, your prime minister, he tells you to wear a mask while he goes to Puerto Rico and he goes to Dominican Republic or the Caribbean and stuff. And what does he do? He steps off the plane and takes off his masks and has a jolly old time. I said, that guy's he's a hypocrite.
Yeah.
And the worst thing is when you hand your media $600 million.
Yeah.
You could pretty much, you have carte blanche, right? I mean, $600 million is a lot of money for a state-run media. Right?
Pink Sunshine. Is that one of your sons?
That's my son. I'm like, don't follow me. Stop following me. Like, you're not supposed to be here. So bad.
Yeah,
I'm so sorry.
He wants on the radio. It's cool.
Yeah, he's ready.
I'm trying to like get a sucker open. Maybe he'll be quiet if I do that. Candy always works. Pink Sunshine will tell you that candy's a good thing. Sometimes I'm gonna make candy, but it's gonna be healthy candy that doesn't hurt our kids.
Yeah,
I'm telling you. We're talking about the prime minister, right? And Biden, right? No wonder you see the one scene where President Trump was looking at Trudeau, or is that how you say it? Trudeau or Trudeau?
Trudeau.
Well,
Yeah.
I don't know. It depends who you ask. Is Trudeau? Well, I don't know.
You guys remember that one scene where do you remember that one scene where President Trump was looking at the prime minister there in Canada? And Melania Trump was like right next to the prime minister, and he was like looking at him like, you son of a bitch! If you stare at her one more time, I'm gonna break
or the non-handshake.
Huh?
They had that non-handshake. I think one of the first times that they met, that he went for the handshake, and President Trump just looked at him like he didn't shake.
Dude, did you see Did you see where the prime minister was leaning down to give Melania a hug, and it looked like he was going to make out with her, and then Trump was like, "You son of a bitch! You kicked her up your arm."
I fucked her. Leave her alone. She's mine.
It's funny when Trump came into to the presidency or into politics. It's funny how much Canada started to try to get more involved in. I think it was the media, but I never really, we didn't really hear, we paid attention to it. But when Trump came in, it was like Canada was up in arms too about it, and it's just like, but we're different. Even I don't know Trump
It's just coming back in 2024, folks. I hate to say it, but he is
coming back.
Yeah, he's coming back. Biden's going to go into the retirement community there in 2024. They're going to give him.
I don't know. I've seen some of the videos, and I think it should be kind of in a home now.
I was worried that Kamala was going to come into play because Biden was just going to fall.
Yeah.
Well, it's not over yet.
I said you said he needs the peds the other day, right?
Yeah. Yeah, Well, and here's the whole thing is that have you checked on? So it was not in Wisconsin, but I think the world is watching the midterms in America. You know, I hate to say it, but I'm so quick question. So this brings me to my other. How safe are you guys with your elections? Because I know you guys had a major election that you guys officially. What was a major election? Do you want to explain to the viewers?
And I'm going to give you that one. I know that Trudeau called it early and asked us to do it early because he knew that I believe he thought that he was going to win if he'd called it early. Ed, can you do that? Because I'm not the greatest.
Well, that's the liberal thinking, but obviously the country was not behind him, and all he got was a minority government. And then him and the NDP pulled a little scam, got together, and made a majority. Basically what that party and the Liberal Party got together because neither one of them is any good, and most of Canada is so fed up. Obviously, when you win with a minority government, you do not have the support of the country.
So what's the point of having why didn't
because he called the election because he had the time, and the thing was that the Liberals had the money, Conservatives had them, but the NDP did not have the money for another election. So
but here's my question,
and they get together.
Yeah, here's my question, Ed. Pink Sunshine said, you guys have a different political system that we have. We have we have a constitutional republic. You guys have a parliament that's similar to the United Kingdom and Great Britain. Now,
any of the Commonwealth.
What's that?
I said any of the Commonwealths, pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah. If you guys live under a parliamentary system, how can he call an election? Doesn't the people decide that?
So you know what? I think that we're all far gone as we don't know what happens anymore. Like they just do what they want to do. In my eyes,
when you do things at let's say 10:15 at night when no one's around, who's around to stop? When you add like a bill or something to a wonderful bill, and then everyone's voting it in, how do you stop that? Like evil is evil. He has to get out.
How many bills have been passed that we didn't even know were being passed? And then when you hear it from the people that are speaking out, they're called conspiracy theorists, or they're called it's not true or whatever. So
even the trial now that's going on with his whole emergency calling that the police asked him to call it. The police are saying we never asked for any of this.
Michael Savage on this. You know, where is Joe Rogan? Where is InfoWars? Where's Hannity? I mean, they need to hear this. I mean, because this is crazy.
Yeah, but unfortunately, it's true, man. It's unfortunate, but
how can you take two parties and say, you know what, we're going to take each party has to represent something? And I'm not a political person, but in my eyes, from like a non-political person, we have parties that represent certain things. So how can two parties say, well, you know what, we want to beat this party out, so let's gang up together and overrule it? It makes no sense. Then why have two parties? Why aren't you just one party? It's I don't know.
It's corruption.
It is.
It's a legal form. It's basically a legal form of corruption. Like I said, the Liberals and the NDP had a little backroom meeting and said, "Yo, side with us, and we won't call the next election because you can't afford it. The Conservatives can afford it. The Liberals can afford it. The NDP, the National Democratic Party, cannot afford it." So
it almost sounds like a rogue FBI that we have here.
Yeah.
Well, that's the other thing. A former president could have documents in his care, right? So if the documents were in a sealed room in a safe, why did the FBI even need to go to Mar-a-Lago?
Oh, apparently they were looking for these documents in Melania's underwear drawer.
Yeah.
So my question for both, Ed and Pink Sunshine. So we have midterms coming up, and what is your prospect? Because right now the Senate is tied 50-50 with Kamala Harris. I was going to call her Sloppy Harris, but Kamala Harris with the tiebreaker. But we also have Congress that's at 220 versus 220, I think, versus 211. So it makes a 5-seat difference. What is your prospects on it? Do you think, because you have the other night, it was interesting because you had Nancy Pelosi on the late night show stating that they're going to overwhelmingly gain over 40 seats in the Congress. So it's going to be like 280 for Congress and then 56 to 44 for Senate. What is your with overwhelmingly? What's your prospect or your thoughts?
I don't want to touch that one, man.
What do you think?
Honestly, listen, I'm gonna give the pink sunshine answer. What I want, honestly, is what's best for the people, man. Because politics, they're gonna do what they want. They're gonna run over whoever they want. They're gonna fill their own coffers, right? So whatever happens, I just hope it's best for the people, because realistically, what happens here is best, like what's best for Canada, and ultimately ends up being best for America, and what's best for America ultimately ends up being best for Canada, right? Yeah. So, like, again, we are so tied, like economically, everything, right? So, what happens there makes a big difference. Makes a, it impacts Canada, right? So again, like. And all I want is what's best for the people, because what's best for the people there is going to be best for the people here, and that's my answer.
Well,
I like that because we need help.
Well, and here's because the only reason why I'm asking stuff because they're looking at. So I don't know if you also kept track, but the state of Texas has become now the focal point because the focal point was in the election, because now they've gained a couple electoral votes, they've gained a couple districts. I mean, my heart breaks to know that Texas, I think they had their good run, but I think Abbott's going to lose in the governorship, and I think that Texas is going to flip blue because you have people from California moving to Austin, people from New York, and they're bringing all their radical agendas. So, and I know a lot of people from Texas are like, well, it's not going to happen. I hate to say it. I don't think Texas will be red anymore. It'll be blue. Just like I kept talking to Michael. I said, Michael, I think Ron DeSantis, you're seeing the true Ron DeSantis, especially during this hurricane aftermath of it. You're only giving $13 billion. So you're giving $13 billion in a lifespan of 5 years. So that's $2.5 billion a year. While you're willing to throw $100 billion to a war that we're fueling on both sides. I mean,
we just saw that statement just the other day, where, the governor here of Florida was expecting more than what was given to him. We just had a major hurricane here in the state of Florida. And I can tell you right now that the money that we received from the Biden administration, a freaking slap in the face. It was.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm going to say something that's unpopular, but I mean, as a Canadian, we're nice and all that beautiful things. But you know what? Before you take care of somebody else's home, you kind of got to take care of your own home. So before you give money to other 100%. Countries, because even here, we're giving billions of dollars to other country. We just had a horrible thing happen in the east of Canada, and our leader, our generous leader, says whatever he will match, put in. Now, why should we put in anything? You run this country. Go help the people.
Yep.
It's like maybe unpopular, but take care of your people first, man.
Yeah.
It's like the vaccine. Okay, I'm not going to try to go into the whole vaccinations, but there was tons of vaccinations that Trudeau bought, millions and millions that were going to be expired. And I do believe that we all, as a world, need to help each other. So I understand that, but millions of dollars that we put into it for these vaccinations, whether you wanted to take it or not, that's fine. They weren't being able to be used, so they went and put them to other countries. Great, I get it, but then they have to restock again and restock. So all this money and funding that's going to it, where is it really going, and why is it just being? I get charitable donations and all that stuff, but I just feel like we're not focused on like if we all focus on each on one, then we can all come together as one.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely, guys. I love this. I wish I can continue going forward, but TikTok and politics today. I think that's what we're gonna.
Yeah.
But Pink Sunshine, thank you very much for wanting to come back on the show, and Ed.
Thanks for having both of us.
I really appreciate it, and I wish you the best of luck going forward.
Appreciate that, Ed. It means a lot. And Sauce, man, safe travels back to Wisconsin, buddy.
Thank you. Alrighty, guys.
We'll be in touch.
Yeah, we will.
All right, guys. You just heard Pink Sunshine and Ed from TikTok. Make sure you hit that like and follow button on their handles there on TikTok. And guys, it's been great. See you later.
Thank you.
I appreciate it.
Bye-bye.
All right. Bye-bye.